Becky at Basket Case Mama Fab Finds, and I am here with a haul video. This is stuff that I picked up, I think all from the Little Thrift Shop. Those of you that haven't been here before, I am a reseller. I do buy things for a lower price and try to flip them on eBay, Etsy, Mercari, or Poshmark for a higher price. Then I paid for them for a little bit of a profit. I do this because I'm retired, helping pay off debt, helping just to supplement my income a bit. And it's sort of like buying from a wholesaler and then, turning it around and selling it at a higher retail price. So, it's the business model. For those of you that might be interested in doing something like that, I am going to be coming out with a video a little bit about what I've learned in my few years of doing this as a business. I have been doing this for personal stuff and things for my church for, since eBay opened. I started doing it during COVID for my church so we could keep the lights on. I was doing it here and on the Facebook Marketplace with some stuff because we usually did it like a yard sale every year. So I was like, well, I could put it on eBay. So, and then from there, I started like watching videos of people and that were doing this as a business. And I thought, that's interesting. Never occurred to me. And there's lots of different ways. There's, buying at thrift shops, yard sales, things like that, which is what I do. People also do what is called retail arbitrage. They go to places like TJ Maxx, Dress Barn, places like that. They buy things that are higher end brands for lower prices when they're on sale or on clearance, and then turn around and flip them online for the closer to retail price as a new in-box kind of item or new with tags item. So those are the kinds of ways you can do it. Anyway, so this is a haul video, and basically this means I'm going to show you things that I found out and about. And the Little Thrift Store, for those of you that are new, is a little store that's near me that's is like in a small town near the college. And a lot of the clothes I get are like college clothes, so it's a lot of mall brands and things like that. Not stuff that I would necessarily relist, but every now and then I do find a gem. But they have mostly furniture. They're a big furniture store, but they do a lot of other things. They have toys, they have hard goods, which is like tchotchkes and cooking stuff and, mugs and plates and things like that. So there's lots of stuff there, but they do their prices in a basically, if it's this much money kind of format. So like shirts are like $3 and pants are $4 and dresses are $5, things like that. So those are pretty reasonable compared to say Goodwill or Salvation Army, where shirts are like $5 and t-shirts are $5, although one of my Goodwill t-shirts are currently $9.99. So you got to shop around, you got to check your prices, you got to pick the days things are on sale. This Little Thrift Shop has a day where it is half price for senior citizens, so that's my favorite day to go. There's the expensive thrift store that's near me, which is part of the Savers group, and I have two. One's near me, one's further away, but they're the same thrift shop. They're the expensive thrift shop. They are definitely priced up, especially for clothing and hard goods. But they have a day that is 25% off, which makes it a lot more reasonable. And they have bags, which are sometimes great finds because they usually go around the $4 or $5 mark, but have a lot of things in them. Thing is, with their breakables, chances are they're broken, so look carefully and make sure you have that in your mind when I buy it. But even if one thing's broken, sometimes, it's not a lot of money offset. They also sell toys that way, so like Barbies and small toys for children. So you can find Little People, or from Fisher Price you can find minifigs for all those. Usually the Lego bags are marked up as well. So anyway, there's some fun ways to find things, and it's always a treasure hunt, and I try to do my best. So my favorite things to pick up though are plush. I just love stuffed animals. I do. I hate the idea that they would go to a landfill. I mean, sometimes they're pretty well loved, and that's where they're going to have to go. But if they're in still good condition, they're cute and they're special, and sometimes they still have tags on them. They're just, I know kids get a lot of stuffed animals, but people love them. Lots of times kids lose them, and mom is trying to find one to replace their best friend. So you get a lot of really nice messages from buyers that are buying plush because it's lots of times something they had as a child that they always wanted to replace, or something that their child had as a child, and they're having their 25th birthday and got lost years ago, and it was just like a fun gift to give them, or they're going to have their own baby and they're looking for one, things like that. So that you get lots of cool messages from people, so it's lots of fun. But anyway, here's some of the stuff that I found. So what I will do, I will tell you what I think it's worth, and then it will pop up here when I edit the video, how much it actually was worth when I did the research. Now I did research some of this a little bit, so there were some really nice surprises. I can't remember exactly the dollar amount, so I'll give you an idea, and then I'll still pop up here the actuals when I go to edit the video. Okay, here we go. So this is a Thai polar bear, and it's a classic. So the classics are usually, like they say, Thai silk on them. There's also pluffies, I think pluffies, which are like the baby and Thai babies. So those are all good Thais. Beanie Babies, not so much. But this one is from 2003, so it is vintage. Most of them are. They're usually between 2000 and 2005, the classics. And there's also Beanie Buddies, which are also similar to this. And this could be a buddy. It doesn't say it though. Usually buddies, most of their tags do say it, but sometimes not. So I had to do a little research on him. But these generally go between like $18 and $25, somewhere in there. I'm going to say he's a bear, so probably in the $18 to $20 range. But he could be a bear of a different color who's like really rare and hard to find. You never know. Let me grab a bag. Switch over here. So this little girl is like a Greek, and she's, I don't think she's composite, but she might be, but she's beautiful condition. Got her puffy sleeves here. And she was marked $5, like 15-20 minutes. She was marked $5, but it was half price day, so I got her for $2.50. I'm gonna say she's probably worth about $25 to $30. But she's just so pretty, and she's been there for weeks, and nobody bought her. And I kept thinking and thinking, and I did look her up. I mean, she's got this cute like ribbon thing in the back, and she's in such good condition. So I did do some research and look her up, and she is vintage and older. So I do think it was like worth a bit more, so I decided to grab it. So I did grab some things from the expensive part of the store. They have like a section that's stuff that they list on eBay that's higher end, that's priced up, but it's still half price on half price day, which is great. So you can sometimes find really nice things in there, and this week I did find a few things, and I found a few things before that are worth picking up, but I always look them up while I'm in the store if I can. So this is one. It's Pier 1. It's Aiden, Liam, Finn, and Bartley, and they're little glass lammies. They're just so cute. Just really cute. My fingers are in the way. Hold on. And the box is all like satin lined. Look at that. Isn't he sweet? So there are 4 of them, of course. The white ones look all the same. And then the black one, of course, the little black sheep of the family. We all got one. He's just so cute. So they are in the box. It was marked 20, and I got it for 10, and I do believe it's around $40 or $50. So again, I will pop that up here on the side. I also picked this one up. This is a Woodford Crystal Christmas tree, new in the box, well, or pre-owned in the box, but in the box always helps it. Doesn't look, it's not, the bow is, the ribbon isn't tied, so that gives me an indication it was never used. And this one was marked, I believe, $5, $10, and I got it for $5, and easy $25, possibly more. And the last thing from the expensive part of the store was this guy here, and this is Lenox. And I don't pick up a lot of Lenox, but Lenox Christmas stuff, depending, like Lenox can be very good. Not all of it. It's like Hallmark. It's all pretty. It's not all worth anything. Okay, some of it's worth a little bit. Sometimes you gotta lot it up. But again, this is a little it's a caboose, little train caboose. It has its authenticity certificate. It has this little thing in here, a gift to you. Might have been like something they did a like limited edition. It's a Yuletide Express caboose by Lenox. It says on the side, and there was a tag, but I think that this also was $5 for me. It was $10, and it was $5. And again, I want to say I looked it up and it was in the like $30 or $40 range. But I will pop it up here. But anyway, you know, if I can triple up, I did okay. So I'm not going to complain about it. And I can't stand to see it sitting there and nobody's buying it. And there was another thing that was there and I almost bought it. And someone bought it that was in line behind me, the next person behind me. And it was a like plastic light up Bethlehem with like people and things, and had a little crash scene. And I hemmed and hawed about it. I think it was $15, so it would have been like $7.50, which was great. But it might have been more than that. But I kept going back and forth about it because I was like, I don't know, and I didn't get it, and she got it. So I was like, all right. And who knows? And there was another guy looking there at a big vintage nativity scene. I bring these things up for a minute, and a reason for you'll see in a minute. But and he was going through all the pieces and looking at them, and I was like, that's good, but I don't want to store that. It was big. It was like the box was, you know, giant, like a wagon. So no, I don't know. My husband would be like, where are we putting that one? Because there's like, we're gonna have to move soon, and, you know, because then let the house have all the stuff. It's not quite that bad, but you know. So anyway, this is a Fiesta concession company, American Wago. It says, it's assorted animal, was made in Thailand. Christmas stockings. It says there 3 assorted ones, so I guess the tag goes on one or the other. But this one's a mouse. It has a rope hanger, which is really cool, kind of older. But look how cute he is. He's in really cute, good condition. These are always little stockings. Like our stocking sizes, as everything else in the United States, has gotten bigger. So this is like when I was a little kid. It was like a little stocking. You got toothpaste and a little toothbrush and a couple pieces of candy if you were lucky, maybe an apple. Yeah, maybe a little toy, but it was like for 2 or 3 or 4 things, and it was not for like your presents. Now it's like filled up with then, you know, presents too. It's crazy. But and this is a Rocky Balboa doll. He has a Rocky Balboa Bleacher Creature tag on him. Oh, the stocking, probably $15. Him, probably about the same. Okay, but he's in really good condition. He's very cool. He even kind of looks like him, which is weird for a doll. So I thought that was fun. So this little girl is a Lily. She's got her tag still. She's got a little purple purse. And this is a storybook character. It's distributed by Merrymakers. And she's got like a book named by Kevin Henkes is the author. And it's like Lily's purple plastic purse and a few other books that she's featured in. She's a queen mouse. She's a queen, but she's a mouse. She has a little tail with a little bow on the end of it. But she's in really good condition for white. Anytime it's white, even with a tag, that's crazy. Even her little crown is pretty good condition on top of her head. I do list her as pre-owned with tags, because I didn't own her first. But I believe I did look this up, and it was like in the $40-ish range. So she was really good, because all the plush there are 50 cents, unless they're like specialty plush, and then they mark them up. But if they're in the bin in the back, which is the only place I look for them, then they're 50 cents. So this was all 50 cents each, which is awesome. This is a gun. I don't see a date on him, but his name is Ponder, and he's like that corduroy kind of material. I mean, terry cloth material. But I think he went for around $20 to $25. And put him over here. Oh no! Oh no! So look at that face. He's so cute. This is a Mijo, and the tag says Mijo's collectible characters. He's a basketball player. His basketball says Beto's ball, do not steal. Character, I think, is Beto. But these are called homies. So I hear, and he's our little basketball player guy. And it's some kind of cartoon thing. Yeah, he is Beto. I've never heard. I mean, it's 2001, so he's vintage. But he likes sports. He has asthma. Poor thing. And if he wheezes, he takes his head off his puffer and comes back supercharged. My son had asthma. I get it. So he's super cute. Anyway, but these are kind of weirdly good. because I knew he was good because look at him and he's got tags, but he just is cute and it's interesting and different. So this was I want to say like 30ish, maybe a little bit more. Again, it'll be here, but yeah, that was pretty cool. I've heard of Homies before, but I haven't. I thought they were little figurines, and they may be also little figurines. I didn't know they were plush ones, so I think that was pretty cool. So this has a box in it, but the box is sewn in, so I might have to do surgery and get it out and see if I can make him work because I think he talks or sings or something. But he's a Christmas bear. He is by Walmart. So he still has his tag on his head, so he's literally never been played with. But he's a puppet, and he does have like a sound box in him, but the sound box isn't working, at least not that I can figure out. I've been playing with it a little bit to see if it's like the box is what makes him talk, or if there's another one. Maybe his mouth. Sometimes the box is in there, but he talks because his mouth, something to do with his mouth. Like there is. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll check him out. But even without a sound box, he's probably worth $10. Puppets generally are good, no matter what, because part of the fun of puppets is making them talk yourself. That's right. Another thing with a sound box that doesn't make sound, but it's okay. This is a Boyd's bear, but it's a terry cloth pig. He's got his little. It's a Boyd's baby. His oink 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 pig thing. So he's really cute and floppy and adorable. And Boyd's aren't great, but I'm gonna say probably $20 for him, which is good all day. Then this little girl is another puppet, and she's by Lakeshore, which is an educational company. I don't know if you have any by you. We have one in with the Cherry Hill area, not near me, but it's in South Jersey. And this little girl here is a Lakeshore puppet, and these are really good. All Lakeshore stuff tends to do pretty well if it's not beat up too much, and she's in great condition. So I'm gonna say maybe $25, but it could be more. It could be less. I'm just trying to keep them out of the way here. I'm surrounding myself with plushies. This guy here is Splash and Bubbles. Look at the face. It was just really cute. The eyes are very scratched up, so I'm going to have to do a little. See if I can maybe fix them up a little bit because they're pretty scratchy. And usually with like a marker you can fix them and make them look better, and then I just disclosed that I fixed them. But she's got sparkly wings and she's really pretty, and I never heard of this before, but it's Jim Henson. So okay, Jim Henson, I've heard of, like, we're big Jim Henson fans, not just Sesame Street, but all the movies like Dark Crystal, I think is him, and Labyrinth maybe it was him. But anyway, so the Henson movies, we like all those things. So I never heard of this before, which is pretty unusual because I do know most of them, but I didn't know this. Fraggle Rock's the other one we like a lot. So it's really cute. I even love, look how the mouth is done. I just love Henson stuff. Anyway, apparently it was like a short-lived cartoon or something at some point. It is vintage. I don't know if it has a date on it, but it is vintage. And I'll show you the tag. Move out of the way. Move your wing out of the way. It's not a wing, it's a gill, I know, or whatever. It's a flipper. So there's that. But anyway, there's a blue one and a yellow one, but this one I didn't see anywhere of this series. The rainbow fish, apparently. It's like colorful fiesta fish. Whatever it is, it's partying. But these go for, I'm gonna say like $45, $50 or up, depending, because apparently these are hard to find. It must have been very limited time that was on, maybe one season or something. I don't know, but there's a surprise if ever there was one. There's another surprise in here too. Lily was a surprise, but there's one more. I don't know where it is yet, but I was like, what is happening with these plush today? So this is a Lindsay. It's just a Christmas, it's just a little, it's got a crinkle, it's a baby toy. Lindsay does Loveys too. They're all like $10 to $12. They're nothing tremendous, but he's really clean and cute. And I just like he rattles, you know, he's just clean and cute. What more could you want, right? And this is Fluffyville, again, one I've never heard of. He's a duck. He's also a puppet. So there's his tushy tag. He also has his tags on him. It's Fluffyville, USA, but he's made in China. So, but I think he was vintage when I looked him up. Even though he's made in China, his name is Ducky Puppet, original. Hi, my name is Ducky Puppet. Seriously, what is that? Ducky Puppet. Okay. But he's really cute, and like I said, puppets tend to do well. But I want to say he was still around $20, which isn't bad at all for for this, for that. Okay. Back in the pool for all these guys. She would, oops, let go of her hair. And then we have Rudolph. Rudolph the Red. It's coming. It's coming. So he does have a sound box in him. He needs his batteries checked because he doesn't make noise presently. But since the battery box is accessible, I can pick. Lots of times they're not on Rudolph. I just sold one that's sing. He lit his nose lights up, and he sings, but he didn't sing very well. But he has all his tags on him still, so, and he's in great condition. And this is a super soft Rudolph. My other Rudolph was not as soft as this one is, but still in nice condition. Then we had this guy. This needs a bath, and I don't know how it's going to make out, but he's pretty dirty. He's got like stains on him, but he's a Department 56 bunny, and he is this parachute nylon material, sort of like Puffalumps are. So I'll see if he comes clean. If not, it's 50 cents, no big deal. No harm, no foul. If he does come clean, I think he's probably worth about $25. He's not $100 or anything crazy, but that's all right. He's still good. He's still good. This guy though, look at that. He's got a little dirt on him too. He'll come clean though. He's got a little on his knee here. But he's so cute, and I never heard of him before, and he's naughty. Now, apparently, this is a character from a British cartoon. You see, he's got his little silver belt. And there's a whole series of characters, but I want to say he was worth in the over $50 range. So I will pop that up here, but if you see him out and about, who knew I'd see him out and about? He was in a bin, like in a baby playpen, buried. But yeah, I just thought, look at that face. How could you not? I thought he was an elf. And I was like, what is this cute elf? Because it's Christmas and elves do well. But he's actually some kind of, I think, toy maker, maybe? I don't know. But you can look him up online. His name is Naughty. And Naughty is the series, I think, too. So that was pretty interesting. I do love it when I find out things about things. It's always fun. So this is a little blue and white planter. It's got a hole in the bottom of it. But I think it might be a wall pocket, actually. And I did get this at the Goodwill for $5, but it was probably on 15% off day. So, when did I go to the Goodwill? Oh, I think I went the same day I went here because I had to check on, we had my daughter's birthday party, and it's near, it was in a shopping plaza near a Goodwill. So, after I was done checking the reservations, I stopped in the Goodwill just to see if they had anything, and I picked up a few things. Because generally, it was, okay. But I think it was a Tuesday, so I think I got a slight discount, but, whatever. So I did pick up some ties, because, I love ties. This is a Christian Dior tie, which is always nice. And this is probably from the 1960s. First of all, it's narrow. Second of all, it's polyester. Almost all of Christian Dior ties are silk, but I think that one is polyester. The tag for what it was isn't there. So I'm going to have to do some research. I don't think it's fake. There are fakes, but I don't think this one is. I'm usually pretty good at spotting the fake ones. But that was $2.50, so real Christian Dior is not, it's not Hermes, but it's okay. It'll probably fetch around $30, so that's all right. Even with polyester. So this was cool, kind of Art Deco-y in a very different kind of design. It's by Bacroc. It is silk. And it is made in the USA, which tells you right away that it's definitely not current. So, again, most of the Art Deco goes for between $25 and $30, depending on the designer, how old it is, and the design. So I, just look them up and go with the flow with this. Here is yet another cool looking kind of deco thing happening there. I like this one. This is really pretty. Um, and this is by Henry Gethel. Henry Gethel stuff is meh. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. It is Italian silk. It is also made in the USA though. Made in the USA always helps it. And this is in very nice condition as well until I get it under the light. Sometimes under those bright lights, I see things I can't ever see unless it's under bright light. And never will there be bright light in a thrift store for good reason. Okay, so these are all $2.49, and this is probably going to be $20 to $22, somewhere in that range. Again, a made in the USA silk, kind of abstract, cool. This one is by Milano. Also $2.49, probably $22. Sometimes they go for a little less, sometimes they go for a little more. This is a Turiani. Sorry, Turiani. There you go. Again, this is silk. It's fine imported silk, but it doesn't say where it's made. So I'm going to say Italy probably, but it doesn't say that. So I just won't disclose it. But again, $2.49, probably 18 to 20. This one is ombre. It's designed in Italy, handmade, silk, made in Korea. So this is probably 1970s. It is a little wider, and it does look to be a little longer. Again, with that cool Art Deco design. And again, $2.49, probably into 25 on that one. And don't ask me why I think that, but I do think that because the design, the width, it's certain ones, like really narrow ones, certain designs and certain patterns go upward of 25. Sometimes designer matters, but just in pattern alone, quality of silk, and that, like, if it's a wider one, because it really, you can tell by the look of it that it's vintage. Some of the other ones, you can't tell the date of them. They all kind of look the same. They're 4 inches and they're like 58 or 59 inches long. They're very similar, but there's certain styles where the decades changed, that the wider, the wide was in, and that it's a wide tie, so it's from that decade or that couple, those years. The really thin was from a certain one, like, so you can tell with certain ones, like rayon was in during a certain period of time. Polyester was, in the late 60s, early 70s was really popular, even with high-end designers. So they only used it primarily when it first came out because it was cool and new, but then they went back to silk eventually. So, those kinds of things, if you're a collector of them too, they matter. So they're looking for certain things, and that's some of them right there. So this is a teddy bear, and I know teddy bears sometimes take a long time to go away and go to their new home. He's kicking his feet. He's not a puppet. He's just cute, and I just can imagine him kicking his feet. He is named Kai, which happens to be the little boy that lives next door. He's a little too big for probably this, though. He thinks he's in like second or third grade now, second grade. But anyway, this is Kai, and he's so soft. I mean, Lord have mercy, he's soft. He is just deliciously soft. You just want to snuggle him forever, and I might choose to do that because he's so soft. But anyway, it still has a tag. His name is Kai. He's adorable. He doesn't have a price on him, so I have no idea. He might be I think he is from the 50 cent. And a gun bear plush, we're talking $15 probably, maybe more if he's a strange little rare unicorn, but I'm going to say probably 50. And it's okay because he's adorable. So these I picked up also at the Goodwill. It's out of season, but this is called Marine Layer. This is a Marine Layer shirt. This is the tag. Now, funny thing about this, I was in Goodwill about a year ago, and I was going through a rack, and I happened to find a couple pairs of shorts that were Marine Layer. Now, they were priced up. This was during when they were really, like, they're pricing back down a bit now, but they were really pricing up at one point, and it was just absurd for what they were asking. I think it was like $14.99 or something stupid for shorts, and I just wasn't paying that. But they were really good price-wise for shorts on resale, and I did debate them because I think they were like in the $40 range. So I was like, maybe I should pick them up. but I remembered the name in my head. So when I saw these, I remembered this wasn't bad. And I think the price on these was not bad either. It was $5. So I knew that that was decent. So I did pick them up. I don't know if Marine Layer does quite as well as it used to do. I do think I looked it up in the store and it was like 35-ish for these shirts. So I will pop it up here, but that's decent. It might be a little bit more, but I did pick up 2 of them. This is another one. This is just a peach color, just like that one. They're kind of a linen, cotton. They're cotton with a little spandex. They're 2X, which is also a really good size. So, and they're in really good condition, and they're nice. I mean, they're really nice quality. And you can tell when you touch things, like, ooh, that feels nice. And they're kind of like a linen feel to them, like the weave has got. So they're super nice, and I know, but I have so much stuff to list. It'll be fine, because it'll be spring by the time I get to them, probably. I mean, even with, oops, sorry guys. Even with the videos, doing videos and getting them up to you now, I think I'm on, as I'm recording this, I'm going to today be putting up 36 of my series. So like I started numbering them, I think, the beginning of this year. So it's like 1 was the beginning of this year. So we'll be at 36 going into this week. And I put them up on Wednesdays usually. Sometimes I'm late, but usually it's Wednesdays, which is fun. But it was this one will probably be around 50. So you're not going to see this. But when I'm recording it, it's actually the beginning of November, because just the way it goes. Because out of one haul, sometimes I'll get 2 or 3 videos, but I'm only doing 1 a week. So I'm far behind. You're seeing them far behind of when they're posting. So by the time you see these, most of these things will be already listed. Some of them might have already sold. So that's, it's not going that quickly. And it's just because I have other things that I do. I have another business that I do that really is supposed to take up way more of my time, but this really overwhelmed it. So I'm trying to get back to where I need to be with the other business, because that really is a priority. So, you know, when things happen, things happen. Anyway, this is a Vera Bradley, and it's so cute. It is a skirt purse, and I did debate because Veras are faked. There's things I didn't like about this so much, but it has the circle. It doesn't have the, it has a magnetic thing there, and the tag looked good inside. And it is a pattern that is Vera Bradley. I did look it up online what the pattern is. I can't remember it right now, but it is on the listing. And I do believe, but I did go around because it's got the patent leather kind of blue handles. So I went back and forth. I did look it up in the store because I had doubts, but it is real. So, and Vera Bradley's coming back in style. Yay, because I do love Vera. My daughter loved Vera. I'm a fan. I used to do 31, which is like, they had the same kind of vibe with the fun, colorful patterns, and they did personalization on their stuff. They just recently went out of business. So anyway, I liked it. I thought it was cute. It was ruffly, and it's great. Like for spring, I just think it'll be fun, and it'll be listed by then, certainly. But I want to say it was like around $30. So that's good all day with a Vera. And I don't remember. This was at the little thrift shop, so it would have been $3 or maybe $4, but still. Compared to the other thrift stores, that's such a deal. You have no idea. Because, honestly, it's crazy with the prices. Anyway, and then we have these few things. So we have a couple of these. These are sugared pink icicles. So I think I'm going to lot these. I have 2 silver ones that are twisted. I thought they were mica, but I don't think they are. Now that I've looked at them closer with like a scope, I just think they're little plastic and silver glitter on black, silver and gray glitter on them, and they're pretty. But these are pretty too, and I think these are honestly decent enough just to do by themselves, the 2 of them. I wish I had 6. It would be better, but there weren't 6. And I'm probably going to go back, not to J, maybe tomorrow. It won't be half price day. I think it's 30% off tomorrow, but it's fine, to see if I can find more of those, because that would be great if I could find 6, because you never know. But anyway, they were like 25 cents half price, so they were 25 cents for the 2 of them, and this one was 25 cents. It's a ski and Santa. I just sold a ski and Santa ornament, different one, but wood ornament, oh, they all do that. They do okay. So I might be, I have a lot of ornaments, and I'm debating, I really am just taking them onto Whatnot and doing a show and just doing dollar starts for them, for the most part. So I'm going to have to do a look-see and think about that. But I might do that because that'll just help clearing out some of them before the holidays. I mean, I know some of them will sell anyway, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It's just, it takes time to do what not to, because you have to list them all on there, and then you have to be on the show for a couple of hours, 2-3 hours doing the show, and it's not always good. Sometimes people just don't come in, and or leave and don't come back, and because they're not, that people pop in and pop out, and that's fine. But it's a waste of my time to sit there and talk to nobody. Like, that kills me. I know people don't care. They just don't look at it and they just keep going. And maybe I need to be more that way, but I just feel like it's such a huge waste of my time to sit there and just hope people show up. Because if you don't have anybody in there either, like if you have 0, they don't think it's a real show. So when you have 0 or 1 people in there, you're literally, nobody's coming in either. It's very it's upsetting. It's kind of a hard thing to do. So it's not hard to do, but it's hard to get the people in there. So I don't know, we'll see. I've heard just keep doing it anyway, and I might do that. I might just say, okay, on such and such night, I'm just going to do a show and not care and see what happens. Anyway, and this is the last thing I have, which is a We the People hat. It's got a leather patch on it. It is by Branded Bills, is the name of the company. I've never heard of it before, but I just liked it. We do live in the Philadelphia area, so We the People, Declaration of Independence thing, but it's clean. It looks like it's never been worn. There's no stains on the inside of the bill. So I paid $1 for it. I'm sure it'll go for 10 or more. So that's good all day too. And that is everything for this haul video. And I did go over again, but it's okay. So that's all I have for now. I don't know if I'll be picking up anything else before the holidays because I got a lot to list. But I will definitely be posting these videos up on Wednesday, and I will be doing a video for you guys a little bit about the business too. So you'll see that coming out probably before you see this one, most likely. But who knows? The way things go, who knows? Anyway, I thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you taking the time, spending some time with me. Again, my name is Beth Keith's Mama Fab Finds. You can find me on eBay. I am doing some CrossFit. I do have stuff on Poshmark, and I will be doing some stuff on Etsy and Mercari coming up, so keep an eye out for that if you're fans of those particular ones. And if you love Whatnot, I am on there. I just have not been on there lately, so we may see me there again soon. Okay, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. You'll know when I'm putting things up, because I do Wednesdays or these usually, but I do some other stuff like videos about brands to look out for and things like that. So I appreciate you guys spending time with me again. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Love you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.